Greetings and salutations, everyone. This is Eric Lima presenting to you another episode of the show formerly known as the People's Lima, is now simply known as TPL, episode 698, ladies and gentlemen. I'll continue my Road to 40 saga. If you don't know what that is, I will briefly explain. I'll be turning 40 this March, so I decided to delve back in time a little bit and to pick out my top 10 personal favorite things of the 80s from each different things that I like TV shows, cartoons, toys, video games, excuse me. But this time around, so, and even favorite songs. This time around, though, in this episode 698, I'm going to present to you with the trusty TPL board the top 10 favorite wrestlers / tag teams of the 1980s. Now, most of them are from the WWE. I didn't start watching wrestling full time until 1991. I did watch a little bit of wrestling back in the 80s, especially with Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. So and this is a very difficult list to make because there's a lot of superstars in the 80s, a lot of legends, and a lot of them, some of them are no longer with us. But so I decided to pick my top 10 personal favorites. And let's go to honorable mentions. Jimmy Superfly Snuka, one of my friends next door, I used to live next door to, big Snuka fan. Always does the I love you sign. I know he had some legal trouble with a murder case, but I heard that he's been free of charges of that. So hope he gets better. And second one is the late great Junkyard Dog, aka JYD. Always get down with the dog. Here's a little bit of trivia if you guys don't know. In the Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon, James Avery, who voiced Shredder in Ninja Turtles and who played Uncle Phil in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, was the voice of the Junkyard Dog. All right, and a couple of tag teams, my honorable mentions: the Hart Foundation and Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Bret the Hitman Hart did not come into his own until the 90s, especially in 91 when he won the Intercontinental title from Mr. Perfect back at SummerSlam of that same year. And Jim the Anvil Neidhart was the big man of the group. And the Hart family has been my favorite family. The Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. No, Michaels became the wrestler of the 90s, he calls himself. And Marty Jannetty, well, went into obscurity. He shows up now and then. Last time we saw the Rockers together as a tag team, I think it was back in 2003 when him and Michaels teamed up against La Resistance and defeated them in a tag match. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, if you will. He passed away a couple years ago. Dusty Rhodes, always with charisma, awesome on the mic, he can go. And the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And in fact, Flair and Rhodes were huge in the 80s and in NWA, and then Dusty Rhodes did come into the WWE, I believe, around the late 80s. Ric Flair did not make his debut in the WWE until 1991, but he made waves in the 80s as a member of the Four Horsemen. So, yeah, excuse me, this weather has been really crazy as of late. We had 40s and 50s, now it's a little bit back on the cold side again. No big deal. All right, let's go to the number 10 on my top 10 favorite wrestlers tag teams of the 80s. Number 10, Andre the Giant, big man, always had a heart of gold, and then he decided to challenge Hogan for the belts and had Bobby the Brain Heenan as the manager. All right, number 9, Sergeant Slaughter, a true American patriot, and then in the 90s, he the beginning of the 90s, he turned turncoat and became the champion. Number 8, one of the tag teams on the list, the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith, the Dynamite Kid. As you know, Dynamite Kid was the high flyer. Davey Boy Smith was the power guy. Much like the Hart Foundation, you get Bret Hart, the technical wizard, and you get the power guy in Anvil. Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith did a lot. He's a former European Intercontinental Hardcore Tag Team Champion. Never got the big one, by the way. And I've watched tonight's UK tournament. He would have loved it. It was a great first round. We got quarterfinal rounds. Tomorrow there will be a new UK champion crowned. For here in the States, in the East Coast, it's 3 o'clock on the WWE Network. So there's some time in the afternoon to watch that. Excuse me. All right, number 7 is Hulk Hogan. As you know, the man made the WWE what it is today. Very popular with the fans. Then he turned when he went to WCW in 94. He joined the NWO in 96, and the biggest heel turn ever in the Bash at the Beach moment. And and he had a little downfall with the with Gawker and everything else. And rumor has it he may be coming back to the WWE, so I would watch on the telly. Number 6, the Ultimate Warrior. The man can cut promos, even though you don't understand a dang word he says half the time. But I'll tell you what, the man knows how to get in the ring. He's a former WWE and Intercontinental Champion. He's no longer with us. Number 5, another legend that is no longer with us. Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh, I'll dig it, brother. Man's got charisma, everything else. He had the late Miss Elizabeth in his corner. I'm sure they're reunited in heaven right now. And possibly with Dusty Rhodes no longer with us, Sensational Sherry no longer with us, and Sapphire no longer with us. I'm sure that mixed tag match at WrestleMania 6 is going on in heaven right now. That rematch. All right, so number 4, one of my favorite. When I first saw this tag team, I thought they were pretty scary, but they were really cool. Demolition Axe and Smash. They were formerly the longest reigning tag team champions. The New Day took that. The New Day now has that record from last year. So, Demolition won the legendary tag teams here in the WWE. Number 3 is Roddy Piper. The man has first talk show segment in the WWE. He was funny. He was a vile villain at one point, and then he became one of the most popular guys ever. Fans loved him. He cares about kids, and he's a former Intercontinental, United States, and World Tag Team Champion too. So that is that's like I said, my favorite Piper moment. Even though he passed away a couple years ago, my favorite Piper moment was when he beat the Mountie for the Intercontinental title at the 1992 Royal Rumble. And he was the first person to ever go after 2 titles in one night. So I got to give him that. Number 2, I met him last year over the summer at the Family Fun Festival when they showcased pro wrestling. Tito Santana. That's why I put him in number 2. Really nice guy. He signed the Strike Force poster. I do have it, and I do have the picture of me and him as well. And I was honored to meet him. Really cool guy. He teaches Spanish in high school now. So, oh, another tidbit: Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling. Before he hit it big with Everybody Loves Raymond, Brad Garrett voiced Hulk Hogan in that cartoon. Done a little bit tidbit. And the number 1, my favorite top 10 wrestlers of the tag teams in the 80s, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I like martial arts. I thought he was really cool. Not only that, he's the only person that never turned heel. Only wrestler that never turned heel throughout his entire career. And never turned, he never turned heel, and he's never became a bad guy. He was straight up good guy, a straight up guy, and I think he was really, cool. He was a coach, a trainer in the WWE for a while, but I'll tell you what, I got a lot of respect for Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He's a Hall of Famer, a legend. He's the man. So I thought I put him number 1 on the list because he's the only one. Well, I like to hear what you guys have to say about this list. I know a lot of people just it's a really difficult list for me to do, and there's so many I could pick Harley Race was one of them, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the banter between Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan was really cool back in the 80s as well. I don't know, there's so a lot of people out there, You get Don Morocco and Mr. Fuji with the Fuji Vice thing, and tried to do stand-up comedy at Tuesday Night Titans. It was crazy and all that. So wrestling was crazy back in the day. Especially when they get the rock and wrestling connection going, it's pretty huge. So, excuse me once again. That's all the time we have on this show. Remember, use your heads, don't do stupid things. Remember, love and respect one another. And if you're having a very bad day, you just remember to get a pad and a pen, and you tell that bad day you just made the list. Now, on the next episode of TPL, we will be 1 episode away from the milestone of 700 episodes, and I will and we'll continue that in Road to 40 Saga, which will be 699th episode of the show. We'll talk about my top 10 favorite places to go to in the 80s. It's going to be really cool. It doesn't have to be anywhere from the mall. I did a similar list, but this is almost similar, but favorite place to go to in the 80s. I got a couple of honorable mentions here that I think you'll be interested in. So that is it. So I'll see you on the 699th episode of the show. And have yourselves a good night. Stay warm. God bless. And whatever you are. And for the folks out there in the Midwest, be very, very careful driving. And believe me, we had a humongous winter storm last weekend. And so, yeah, I didn't come home till almost 6 o'clock. I got out at 5 because my father had to pick me up and stuff. So that's it. So see you guys later, and have a wonderful night. Stay warm.